Hello, everybody. This is Fernando for the latest Godzilla News of the Day podcast. Haven't done one of these, it looks like, in about maybe 2 or 3 months or so. I wanted to bring it back just to see what kind of reception it would get again. It looks like it got somewhat okay reception this last go around, so I just wanted to test it out for a little bit longer, see how things go. This one has to do with an article I found yesterday, and it has to do with something that so fascinates me. It's the idea of travel. Those of you that are fans of my channel know how much I love to travel ever since I made that oath around early last year to just try to find a new place to travel every single month within Texas and then also outside of the state several times a year. It's become a very good hobby, a passion of mine. The key is, of course, make it cheap, make it budget friendly. You don't have to spend a lot of money on these things. You just have to essentially find cheap ways to do so, and then you can absolutely enjoy it. Well, this article that I found, it ties into that very fascinating, interesting theme to me, and it has to do with this. I've included the link below. But essentially, this could be the wave of the future. This could absolutely be a glimpse, a preview into what will be our future, especially once autonomous vehicles take over the entire highway. It's called the Hotel Bus, if you can believe it, and it's by a company called Cabin. And so I've included the link below. Check it out when you have a chance. You'll see all of the great photos associated with this brand new bus, and here's all the info that I could find for it. So what it is, it's a brand new company that started there in California, and they provide travel right now, at least, between San Francisco and Los Angeles round trip. And the way they do it is they do it by bus. Obviously, there's plenty of bus companies out there today that allow the very same thing. Here's though where they have a very different item, and that has to do with the fact that their buses are basically traveling hotels. These buses are not geared for a high number of passengers. In fact, the average bus I think I saw in the article was about 96 passengers. Here though, especially if it's like a double-decker, here though it has to do with something that is also double-decker, but it allows only about 24 passengers. And the reason for it is because they have these cute little pods within both floors that allow people to sleep overnight. And that's why it's basically a hotel bus. The whole idea is you're traveling from point A to point B, but instead of having to do it during the entire day, in other words, wasting your time, like anybody that travels knows exactly what I'm talking about. You have to get up early, you have to try to beat traffic, then you have to go through all the highways to try to get to your destination, only to finally get there in the afternoon, and then basically your day is almost gone. Here, this revolutionary idea is it'll do it at night instead. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that awesome at the same time? So whenever that happens, you basically get picked up there from point A at 11 p.m. and then it drops you off to point B by morning. And then that way you can get to your destination with an entire day ready to go, ready to use, and then the bus picks you back up one more time at night and then takes you back to your original point of destination over the other night. Isn't that awesome? Like when I was reading that information, I just couldn't help getting a smile ear to ear. And those pictures of the bus are so lovely. I mean, you can see exactly why this thing is going to catch on. Every single pod is perfect for sleeping. And now if you're claustrophobic, this might not be good for you. But if you're not, like let's say, I mean, when you think about it, your average the airline seat is going to be a lot smaller space than this. Here though, you get to just sleep in, you stretch out, almost like if you've ever seen that movie The Fifth Element, and I know you have, great movie. There's that scene wherever Bruce Willis's character goes into a pod and then sleeps in it, kind of like that, only a little bit bigger, and you get to have all the amenities you need. I think there's a TV that's in there, if I recall correctly, and then most importantly there's Wi-Fi, there's connection stations for power. You have a restroom there, obviously, as well, somewhere on the bus that you can use. And then the coolest part is that there's a social lounge towards the corner of the bus. It's essentially like an area, like a huge RV area where you get to have lunch if you wanted to, or breakfast or dinner, whatever is the case. And then that way you could enjoy a quick meal. They serve small snacks, but I don't know if you can bring your own food. Probably not, but don't quote me on that. But still, that's an area that you can go and socialize with some of the other passengers should you choose to do so. And then the pricing seems to be quite fair. Now again, this is not something involving a large amount of passengers. Instead, the way I read it again is about 24 passengers, so naturally the pricing is to be a little bit higher. And I think it's somewhere around $250 for a round trip. But when you think about it, it's not too much higher than, let's say, getting a airplane ticket round trip. The only thing you'll be sacrificing is time. But think of it this way again. You're not going to be traveling during the day where your time is already being sacrificed. Instead, you'll be traveling at night. You go into your pod, you sleep, you wake up refreshed. You're already at your destination and you didn't waste a single minute of the day doing so. That's why I find it so revolutionary, because this company, this cabin company, their whole idea is they're gearing towards the autonomous age. The article was mentioning that in the near future, you're going to have lots of these transportation that is going to be autonomous. It's going to be so awesome, because imagine you could put in, let's say you go on one of these pods or whatever, it could be other companies that set these up too in the future, and then you pick your destinations. Like I could put, I want to travel from Austin to Las Vegas, then it picks me up, then I just simply go to sleep or rest in my cabin, whatever is the case, and then within however long it takes, then I'll arrive at my destination overnight. That is so amazing. I love that whole idea. But yes, please check out the article when you have a chance. It is phenomenal. I highly see this company branching out soon to other states because of their successful model, and then hopefully moving over here to the Austin area. The only thing though that I fear for this company is, of course, the whole airline industry, and then also all the other amenities tied to everyday travel, like the hotels, the restaurants, the gas stations. All those companies are going to be impacted if this type of model kicks into play, because whenever you have something like that taking away business from all those other departments, they will fight tooth and nail afterward. Right now it's small, obviously, it's just barely starting up. It just has one destination, but imagine if this branched out to every state, hundreds of destinations on a daily basis, then you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So that's why I kind of fear for this thing having much success, because it'll just bring on all the competition ready to stomp it down. But in any case, I really wish this thing goes off successfully and it continues to pick up, and I hope that it gets something here. So alright everybody, thanks again as always. Give me your opinions too. What do you guys think? Isn't this the coolest idea ever? A hotel bed, a hotel bus, something that allows you to travel from point A to point B overnight, and then you get to enjoy the entire day afterward. Love the idea, absolutely. So alright everybody, thanks again as always. Take care.